Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. Parshas Toldos. Yitzchak wishes to give the bracha, the blessings, to his son Esav. He was not aware that Esav had sold his birthright to Yaakov, and Rivka learns of the intention of Yitzchak to give these blessings, these material blessings, to Esav. She summons Yaakov and she says to him, Ato b'ni shma b'kali, now my son, listen to my voice, my prophetic voice, L'asher ani metzava osach, to that which I am commanding you. And she tells him that he should go and impersonate Esav. Yitzchak was blind, and that he would bring the food that Yitzchak had requested from Esav. And this way, he will receive the blessings. Yaakov says, but Esav is a very hairy man. What if he touches me and he sees indeed that I am deceiving him, that I'm Yaakov? She says, don't worry, Shma b'koili, listen to my voice and go and do as I instruct you. And then she takes goat skins, she puts it on Yaakov's neck and on his shoulders, on his arms. And this way, indeed, when he comes to Yitzchak and Yitzchak says, come here, give me a kiss, and he touches him and he feels that this is indeed the skin of Esav, he says, this is indeed my son Esav, and he gives this bracha. We all have a problem with Yaakov deceiving his father, but Yaakov was compelled to do so by virtue of his mother commanding him. As she said, listen to my voice, to that which I am commanding you. And he was bound by the mitzvah of kibbud aim, honor your mother, a biblical mitzvah, in which he was compelled now to deceive his father. And it wasn't just listening to one parent opposed to another, because she was saying, Shma b'koili, listen to my prophetic voice, this is the will of Hashem. The question is, when Rivka was pregnant, she had great difficulty with her pregnancy. And she went lidreish es Hashem, she went to seek out the will of Hashem, the knowledge of God. What is the meaning for this extreme pain that she's feeling? And she was told that she's carrying twins who are diametrically opposed, and that the older one will serve the younger one, meaning that Esav will serve Yaakov, and that Yaakov, the younger one, he is going to be a great leader and a great nation. This was a prophecy that was given to Rivka. If that's the case, even if Yitzchak wants to give the blessings to Esav, if God said that the older one, Esav, whether he has the blessings, doesn't have the blessings, he's going to serve Yaakov, why is it necessary for Rivka to get mixed up in this? Why does she have to intervene? Why is she mishing around? Is this her business? God runs the world, not Rivka. We don't run the world. Why does she have to say, no, listen? And she has to command him to do something which Yaakov finds very distasteful. Yaakov was Titein emes Yaakov. Yaakov lived for the pursuit of truth. And you're asking me to engage in deception? That's everything that I despise. Why did Rivka have to do this? She has to manipulate circumstances to bring about the will of Hashem? Hashem can't do it himself? Hashem cannot find a way in which the blessings will end up being for Yaakov and not for Esav? In addition, we find that here she says to Yaakov, listen to that which I am commanding you. After Yaakov receives these blessings, Rivka learns, again through prophecy and Ruach HaKodesh, that Esav is planning to kill Yaakov, and she tells Yaakov again, listen to my voice, and I want you to leave and to go to my brother Lavan, and there you will stay with him. And listen to me, listen to that which I am instructing you. And this way, Lavan will protect you if Esav comes after you. Indeed, Yitzchak commands Yaakov and tells him, do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan, go to your mother's household, to her brother Laban. There you will find a wife, and God will bless you, and he will make you fruitful, and he will increase you, and he will give you the blessings that he promised to Abraham, all the spiritual blessings. Here too, it says that Rivka says, Shema b'koili, listen to my voice, listen to me, my son. Once again, she seems to be invoking the responsibility that a child has to listen to a parent because of the fifth commandment, honor your father and your mother. They're giving you instructions, listen to them. Why was that necessary? Why did she have to say, listen to my voice? Yaakov, your life's in danger. This is a very good solution. And indeed, we see that Yitzchak, although he wasn't aware that Esau was planning to harm Yaakov, he was thoroughly on board. Yaakov, you must find a wife, go. Why did she have to say, listen to my voice? Why is that necessary? We find also that God told Avraham, he said, Ki bi Yitzchak yikore l'chozara, that Yishmael is not going to be known as your descendant. Yes, he's your seed, but he's not going to be the one who will be known as your son to carry on the special covenant that God established with Abraham, but it will be through Yitzchak. God didn't say Yitzchak will carry on the covenant, but through Yitzchak, ki bi Yitzchak, yikar l'chazara. And from this, our sages understand that God told Abraham that Yitzchak will be your son to carry on the covenant, but only one of his children, not both. Clearly, which one of Yitzchak's children is going to carry on the covenant of that God established with Abraham? Could anyone possibly say that it would be Esau? Esau, the person who lives by his sword, Esau, Yodea Tzayid, the man who hunts, the man who was hunting and taking women into captivity, the Isha Soda, the person of the field. Would we possibly think that it would be Esau? And should you say that, well, Yitzchak was fooled, our sages tell us Yitzchak wasn't fooled. Yitzchak saw that Esau had qualities, but he knew very well who Esau was, and the proof is that the blessing that he intended to give Esau was only one of material quality. The spiritual blessings, the blessings that God gave to Abraham, that he never intended for Esau. That he clearly gave to Yaakov when he was telling Yaakov to go to Lavan and find a wife. Everyone knew that Yaakov was the Yishtam Yoshev Aholam. He was the perfect man sitting and studying Torah in the tents. This was his life, the pursuit of spirituality. Would anybody possibly think that when God tells Abraham that your descendant will be through Yitzchak, that it could possibly be Esau? If that's the case, then why did Rivka feel that she had to get involved and intervene and manipulate circumstances and compel Yaakov by virtue of the fifth commandment to perform this charade and masquerade as Esau? The Chassam Sofer reveals to us something very, very important. Rivka had no doubt that Yaakov was indeed the one who would be the continuation of the seed of Abraham. There was no question. And Rivka also was well aware the prophecy that was told to her, that the older one, Esau, will serve the younger one, Yaakov. There was no question. But Rivka had one concern, and that is that how do I know that this prophecy is going to be fulfilled immediately? How do I know that indeed Yaakov will ascend to his position of glory sooner as opposed to later? Perhaps there is something about Esau that can cause the blessings and the greatness of Yaakov to be delayed and postponed. And what is that? What possibly what characteristic, what attribute did Esav possess that I would think it's not going to change God's prophecy, but it could delay its fulfillment? The answer is that Esav had remarkable respect for his father. And as Yitzchak said to Esav, go hunt and take something, capture something which is abandoned, doesn't belong to anyone, slaughter it properly according to the proper laws, and prepare it, and I will eat from it. And then I will give you a blessing. Why did we need all of this? If you want to give him a bracha, give him a bracha. The answer is because Yitzchak knew that Esav had many flaws in his character, but he did have one outstanding trait, the way he honored his father. And therefore Yitzchak said, go hunt and go prepare and do it all by yourself. I don't want anybody else shechting it. I don't want anybody else preparing it. I want it to be you, so that will guarantee that you should be worthy of this blessing that I intend to give you. This will be the demonstration of how you revere the mitzvah of honoring your father. That's what concerned Rivka. This great trait and attribute of Esav might cause a delay in the prophecy of God coming to fruition. And therefore she said, Yaakov, I am commanding you. I am giving you this opportunity to do that which is diametrically opposed to everything you stand for. You stand for the pursuit of the absolute truth, and I'm going to command you to do something, an act of deception, and you will do it exclusively and solely because you wish to fulfill the mitzvah of honoring your mother. And that will be so great as to offset the merit of Esav and enable you to receive the blessings and see that the prophecy of God will come to fruition as soon as possible. This is why Rivka got involved. She had no question that God's prophecy would come true, but she wanted to see that the blessings would take effect as soon as possible. And indeed, even when Yitzchak learned that he gave the blessings to Yaakov and he thought it was Esav, he said, Gam Baruch Yihiyeh. I sense, as the Seforno tells us and the Ramban, I sense that the blessings that I gave to this person took effect. They took root. They found the place in which they belong. And therefore, he indeed should be blessed. I realize that this Yaakov, he deserves even the material blessings. This is the reason why she emphasized, listen to me, listen to my voice. From here, we see something incredible. We know that the fifth commandment, honoring a parent, is a very important mitzvah, one of the 10 commandments. To honor a parent is something that you don't have to be Jewish to understand the importance. Respect the parent, treat them with honor, show them gratitude for all that they have done for us, not just bringing us into this world, but for their constant love and care and devotion, providing for us. But we see that the attribute of honoring a parent could be a merit even for an Esav to act as an impediment in the fulfillment of God's prophecy, that it can cause a delay. That's how powerful this mitzvah is. Imagine if we can fulfill this mitzvah appropriately, how powerful it could be for us. And if not in this world, certainly for the world to come. We should cherish our parents. We should tell them thank you and we love them. And we should show them our appreciation, even though they don't ask for it, they don't want it, it's okay, we'll do everything for you. That has nothing to do with it. It's our opportunity. And if our parents are no longer here with us, we can still honor them. Every mitzvah that we do, if we make Kiddush Friday night, if we light our candles, for Shabbos, for Yontif, we can think for a moment, let this be a merit for my father, my mother. After all, the reason why I'm doing this mitzvah is because they prepared me and they gave me the sense and the knowledge of my identity. They made me who I am. And if I embrace these mitzvahs, even if my parents didn't, but if I embrace these mitzvahs, I'm an extension of them. And I'm doing it, let it be a merit for them. We don't have to wait until Yizkor to think of our parents. We can do so every single day. There was one great Rebbe, he used to ask his mother forgiveness for when he was a fetus in her womb and he kicked her and he caused her pain. Who even thinks like this? We have the opportunity to cherish our parents, to realize that they are indeed, they can be an example, a facsimile of the divine. How? Their total unconditional love and dedication and devotion. That's divine. This is the mitzvah of honoring a parent. If we have them here, tell them, do something, show them, love them, let them know it. If they're not here, we can still do something. We daven, whatever we do, we put on talis and tefillin. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Papa. Thank you that you've given me this opportunity. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay Jewish. Have a good Shabbos.